The U.S. tariffs on China have been paid almost entirely by U.S. importers, IMF study.
Here's a summary of the article.
U.S. tariffs on Chinese goods are hurting an unintended target as the trade war rages, an International Monetary Fund study found. The study, released Thursday, said that tariff revenue collected from levies on Chinese goods has been borne almost entirely by U.S. importers. There was almost no change in the border prices of imports from China, and a sharp jump in the post-tariff import prices matching the magnitude of the tariff, the study said. President Donald Trump claimed on May 8 that the higher levies on Chinese goods are filling U.S. coffers to the tune of $100 billion per year. The IMF said the bilateral trade deficit between China and the U.S. remains broadly unchanged even with the tariffs. Trump has also raised the possibility of raising tariffs on an additional $300 billion in Chinese goods. Consumers in the U.S. and China are unequivocally the losers from trade tensions, the IMF report said, adding higher tariffs could also hurt economic growth.
This post received a score of 25,983, with an upvote ratio of 88%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Who else would it be paid by? It's a tax that U.S. importers have to pay, why would China foot the bill?
Seems like they're implying the tariffs aren't working because China's not literally handing bags of money over. The only way China pays is through a loss in demand for more goods as the price of their exports inflate to account for the cost of the tariffs.
No, Trump is implying that China is literally handing the U.S. money due to the tariffs. This directly refutes his claim.
The claim never held any truth. American businesses are paying these tariffs and passing those fees back to consumers. So technically everyone in the U.S. will be paying for this. China doesn't pay import fees for exporting goods to the USA, the importer of the goods pays.
I had to replace 2 AC units a month apart last year. They directly said the second one cost more because of tariffs. I think businesses need to stress that more to their customers. Of course you're more likely to hear it from a small business than someone that can just eat the cost or increase price without saying a word.
I sell cars and we have had the prices we pay for new cars go up since the metal tariffs were put in place last year. I tell people and even show them the difference on the invoice. 2 cars that are the exact same make, model, year, trim, features, everything, manufactured a couple months apart may be $500 to $1,200 more just because of tariffs.
I sell flooring. A lot of the composites, especially vinyl, come from China. Their prices have been jumping because of the tariffs. I know I just got another email saying they're going up. Are you selling more non-Chinese made flooring now as a result? Edit. Not sure why downvoted. I was honestly curious how the tariffs impacted his company's ordering.
It's anecdotal, but the company I work for in Canada switched to ordering solely from China and excluding the US altogether due to the instability, and I doubt we will switch back if and when the stability ends.
Maybe I've been mistaken all these years, but isn't that really simply how tariffs are supposed to work? Is there someone else we're supposed to believe would make these payments?
Trump has been claiming that China is paying them this whole time. His supporters believe it.
Just like Mexico will pay for his wall.
And the noise from windmills causes cancer.
But asbestos doesn't.
Asbestos is one of the 3 food groups.
Once you are the sole market creating a product, and nobody else can ramp up production quickly, tariffs are irrelevant to you in the short term. In the long term, it may result in other markets ramping up production capability, but if they fear the tariffs are just a short-term ploy to extract concessions, nobody is going to spend the necessary capital to build this capacity when the demand for it can simply be ripped out of your hands at a moment's notice again. For the type of goods being tariffed, it would take longer than a single presidential cycle to enact significant changes in sourcing. As of now, everybody is just going to wait out until 2020 and see what happens next.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.